Good morning. My name is Keith Taege, and I'm with the Insurance Agency Connection. Today we're going to talk about Congress reauthorizing the National Flood Insurance Program, also known as the NFIP. First, I wanted to start with a little bit of history about the National Flood Insurance Program. The NFIP was established by the National Flood Insurance Act of 1968. Congress found that flooding disasters required unforeseen disaster relief and placed an increased burden on the nation's resources. The purpose of passing the act was to authorize a flood insurance program that over time could be made available across the country through the cooperative effort of the federal government and the private insurance industry. Thus, the rates, guidelines, etc. are set by the National Flood Insurance Program. Since this is a federal program, Congress has to authorize the Act, the Flood Insurance Act, from time to time. Over the years, Congress has either let the program lapse or extended it for short periods of time. That leads us to today. The latest extension that Congress has expires on Friday, December 16th. So we've been getting a lot of calls from our realtor associates and friends asking, hey, what do? I have a loan closing next month or in January in the near future, and if Congress doesn't reauthorize the act, what do we do for our clients? Well, here are a couple of the guidelines for your clients, our clients, and anybody looking to purchase flood insurance. For any new policy, as long as the premium payments are made on or before December 16th, along with the signed application before December 16th, the policy should be issued with the requested effective date. For new policies for which the application is completed on or before December 16th and the application and premium payment are received within 10 days of the application date, the policy will be issued for coverage and will become effective on the requested effective date. I'm going to talk a little bit about loan closings. The person is applying for a flood insurance policy for loan closing, and the purpose of the loan is prior to the first day of the hiatus, when the application is dated or on or before the closing date, and the premium is, again, from the escrow account, meaning the lender's check, and received by the insurance company within 30 days, the policy will be issued with the effective date. If the closing is paid by an insurance check or credit card, which is the only other option, payment option for flood insurance, then that payment has to be received within 10 days. For loans closing on or after the first date of the hiatus, again, if Congress doesn't pass the Flood Insurance Act, when the application is dated prior to the hiatus and the application and premium are received within 10 days of the closing date, the policy can be issued using the effective date of the closing. Bottom line is this: if the application is received and the premium is received by the insurance company within 10 days or 30 days if it's paid by a escrow account from the attorney of the lender, then there should be no issue with the requested effective date. Now, there are situations where people purchase flood insurance and there's a 30-day waiting period because there is no lender involved, then that policy is still going to be subject to the 30-day waiting period. So what are some of the alternatives if we can't meet these guidelines, or if a person contacts you after the effective date of the expiration of the program? Well, what would happen is we would recommend that if the seller has a existing flood insurance policy, that they transfer that existing flood policy to the buyers. This is one of the only insurance programs that I know, or policies, that can be transferred from the seller to the buyer. So if you have somebody buying a house in December 18th and they fail to apply for flood insurance prior to the end of the expiration date, then they can go ahead and transfer the seller's policy to the buyers. And that can be done by contacting the seller's insurance agent. So again, as of today, the Senate has passed legislation to extend the program to May 31st. Now that's the Senate extending it, or passing legislation to do it. However, we still need the House to vote for that, and then if the House votes for it, then it also has to be signed by the President. And from all indications, from what we can tell, the House should certainly want to pass that for lots of different reasons, political reasons, of course. So hopefully they will do that by December 16th. If the House passes it along with the Senate, then they will extend it to May 31st of next year. And the ultimate goal, if they do pass that, the House and the Senate, and signed by the President, the ultimate goal is to have long-term relief or an extension for 5 years or longer. The other items that we would like to see happen is increase the limits. Right now, they increased the maximum limits you can purchase for flood insurance is $250,000 on a dwelling, $100,000 on contents. The industry is pushing to see if we can get those limits increased, add additional coverages such as loss of use, and of course the government wants to take have some rate adjustments for all the policies across the country. So what can you do in the meantime? Well, as you can see, we would like you to call for action. Contact the realtoractioncenter.com and tell them that you want Congress to go ahead and pass the insurance program. And none of this short-term extensions. We want long-term relief so we don't have to go through this every 30 days. And of course, feel free to contact our office. Thank you for your time and have a great day.